Hello again, everyone. This is Collocations Part 23. This is the 23rd video in my collocation series, and like the others, I'll present 5 commonly used collocations to you, numbered 111 to 115. But first, I'll give you the opportunity to guess the appropriate word or words to complete each one. Then, I'll give you the answers along with an additional example for each collocation. I also recommend that you pause the video at each question to give yourself some extra time to think of the answers. So, are you ready once again? Okay, here we go. Number 111. And the answer here is C, ask. The complete collocation is ask permission. And the example is, before you take any vegetables, you need to ask permission from the farmer who owns the land. Okay, so if you ask permission, you ask someone if they will allow you to do something. In our example, they're talking about this person is saying, well, if you take any vegetables, you better ask the farmer, the guy who owns the land, permission to ask if you are allowed to do something, like taking vegetables in this case. Now, make permission and go with permission. They're both wrong here. They're not used like this. Okay? But ask permission is. Here's another example. I asked permission from my boss to take Monday off, and she said yes. So, we can go fishing on that day if you are free. All right, so in this case, the person asked their boss if she would allow them or allow him or her to go to take Monday off. Okay, this person asked permission. Got it? Used very often. All right, here's number 112. And the answer here is A, all. The collocation is all along. And the example is, I had suspected all along that he wasn't a real police officer, and I was correct. Now, all along here basically means that from the beginning or from the start, the person in this example suspected the other person that they are talking about as not being an authentic or real police officer. Okay, it's another way to say it. Okay, something all along. I knew it from the start. Okay, now, mostly along and somewhat along just do not work here. Okay? And here's another example. Even though I knew all along that my coworker's plan wouldn't work, I still let him present his ideas to my boss so he could see for himself. All right, so this person knew from the beginning that their coworker's idea or plan would not work, but they let them do it anyway. They let them show their ideas to the boss. Okay, so this person knew from the start. Okay, that's what it means. Okay, here's number 113. And the answer here is C, tidy. The complete collocation is neat and tidy. And the example is, my wife always keeps our kitchen neat and tidy, even though she cooks quite often. So if something is neat and tidy, it's usually clean and organized, or even well organized. All right, and that's what they're talking about here with this person is saying that his wife keeps their kitchen clean and organized, right? Neat and tidy. That's what it means. Now, neat and arranged or neat and clear, they're close, huh? But they both don't work here. All right, neat and tidy, used quite often. Here's another example. Our teacher demands that we keep our classroom neat and tidy after each lesson. So, do you have a teacher like this? Before you leave that room, right? They want it neat and tidy, clean and organized. Okay, got it? All right. Here's number 114. The answer here is C, sound. The complete collocation is safe and sound, and the example is, I was overjoyed when I heard that the missing children were found safe and sound. Okay, so safe and sound used quite often. Again, this means that the thing or the person is unharmed or out of danger. And that's what they're talking about in the example here. We're talking about how they found these missing children who were safe and sound. All right, here's another example. Our flight went through a terrible storm last night, but we landed safe and sound this morning. In this example, the person or the people were on a flight that went through a terrible storm, but they arrived safe and sound. They were unharmed by it, okay, or by the flight. Got it? Okay, here's number 115, our final collocation. And the answer here is B, came. The complete collocation is come early. And our example is, our guests came early to our party last night, and they helped us prepare some of the food we served. All right, if you come early, it means that you arrive before you are expected. And that's what happened in our example with the guests at this party. They arrived earlier than the hosts of the party had expected, and they had time to help the people prepare the food that they serve there. Okay? That's what it means if you come early to something or to some event. Or let's look at another example. Winter came early this year, and the cold weather killed many of our crops. Okay, so in this example, winter came early. It came earlier than it usually does. Okay, so, and it came earlier, so it was colder than it usually is, and it killed the crops. Okay, so to come early means to arrive sooner than is expected. Okay? That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And thanks again for subscribing. And please like and share the video if you have time. And remember what I always say, keep practicing. See you next time.